y'all already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. Tales from the pen, man. Some of the craziest things I've seen. Craziest things I've heard about. Let's relive it. So this video was inspired by my brother, man. I just got off the phone with my younger brother. He's at Wallens Ridge. And for y'all that don't know about Wallens Ridge, Google it. It's a supermax here in Virginia. It's a place you don't ever want to end up. It's one of those places where your biggest threat there, aside from the fact that the majority of the inmates are there because they've done something very violent or have been deemed uncontrollable, your biggest threat there is the guards. I've never been there. I know a lot of people have. I had a lot of cellmates, a lot of friends, family members show up there. But he tells me, he's like, all the guards here look like WWE wrestlers. Even the females. Out there, they don't have much. They have coal mines. So most of the prison guards that come in there work the coal mines. If they didn't, their daddies did, or they grew up in them. So the prison is a big step up from working in the coal mine all day and getting black lung. He told me, he said, yeah, it's violent. This is my brother now. We just talked. He said, yeah, it's violent. He said, but some of the things you see up here and some of the things the guards do are just, you wouldn't believe me. He said, I seen a dude get hit with the pool ball the other day. He said, and I'd heard about it, but it was the first time I seen somebody get hit with the pool ball. I said, the pool ball? I said, y'all got pool tables? He was like, nah, this ain't no pool table, pool ball. We just call it the pool ball. I said, what the hell is it? He was like, it's a rubber ball that they shoot from what looks like a small grenade launcher, like a handheld. They cock it up, they put a canister in it, and it loads up almost like a single shot shotgun. He said, and a rubber ball comes out of it. It's about the size of a cue ball, of a pool ball. Said two dudes was arguing, man, and they just kept going back and forth, and they were right in front of the control booth, and the control booth has got a flap, like a little door that flaps open or down, so that if you need something from the officer, any papers, you got to pass something, get mail, they can unlock the little flap, let it down, and they hand it out to you. Almost like if you're in a gas station, they got the little slot, similar to that. Plus they're behind, 2-inch glass. They got to keep themselves safe, I guess. He said these two dudes, they get to argue in front of the, right in front of the control booth. And the next thing you know, he said they're just going at it. Boom, boom, boom. They're just trading punches, full-fledged fist fight right there at the control booth. He said it got crazy quick. He said maybe 2-3 seconds into the fight, the one dude got his eye split. So as they're rumbling, blood starting to go everywhere, an eye, cheek, stuff like that. That stuff bleeds really fast. You get your eyebrow split, it can be a tiny cut. It'll bleed everywhere. He said these two dudes are going at it, and the officer's on the intercom telling them, first warning, stop. Second warning, stop. He said, and the dudes are just so amped up and just trading blows. He said that, both of them were just eating them, just feeding them to each other, punch each other in the face. He said, before you heard them say your third and final warning, you seen the officer in the control booth cock up, this little grenade launcher looking gun. So he stuck it out the slot, squeezed the trigger, and you heard, funk. He said, this big ass black rubber cue ball come out, hit dude in the side of the head, ricocheted off, and hit another dude in the back. Knocked the one dude out and leveled the other dude. I said, what? Like, I've seen some crazy things. He was like, man, that cue ball is no joke, man. He's like, could you imagine, getting hit with a rubber ball that's being launched at you like the speed of a bullet? He's like, bro, it hit dude inside of his head, knocked him out, hit another dude in the back, and laid him on the ground. I said, damn, I'm glad I'm out of there, man. Them things ain't something I got to deal with no more. Then he was telling me, we was just talking about different things I'd seen in the hole. He turns to me for advice at time. His big brother done a lot of time, how you think I should handle this situation or whatever he's got going on, and I'll talk to him. It's my brother. I try to, walk him through life. Couldn't do it. He wouldn't listen to me while he was here, but, now that he's gone, he listens more. So he was telling me, he was like, I told him that my other brother recently got into a fight. My brother Philly, a.k.a. Brian, he recently got into a fight, and he fucked dude up bad. Like, I was talking to the phone, he said he split his lip from the bottom of his lip all the way to his nose. He said dude coming to the cell, he hit dude one time, boom. He said dude was snoring on his feet, fell back against the door and was unconscious. He said he went ahead and rolled out the cell. He said the cut was so disgusting and nobody wanted to go on lock that our other homeboy, man, ended up going in the cell with dude, and they got these mesh nylon commissary bags. The string in it is like impossible, damn near to break. He said to avoid going to the hole, this dude went in there, took a staple out of a magazine, and then folded it around a piece of string, nylon string. He pulled out this bag and sewed this dude's lip back together. The problem is the bag and the string are bright orange, like security orange. That's the first problem. The second problem is the fact that the bag is a laundry bag, so it's dirty. My brother told me, he said, after about 3-4 days, dude's lip was so infected that it looked like a duck bill. He said it was just this mass of just green glob with this string. Now his lip started to swell, so it's starting to rip the string through the sides of his lip. He said the dude ended up having to go to medical, but he would see him walking around trying to avoid the guards with this orange string sewed all the way through his lip up to his nose. So I was telling my younger brother, about that story, and he was like, man, I seen something crazier than that. He was like, we had a dude in the hole who told us that he was going to get up off Wallens Ridge by any means necessary. He was going to get sent to this place called Marion. Marion's a nut house. To get sent to Marion, you got to be a nut. I've met some nuts, some straight dudes that were noodles, that just crazy dudes they wouldn't send there. Like, you got to be like damn near eating your own shit to get sent to Marion. So he tells me, he's like, yo, this dude is in the hole with me, Jay. He's like a couple months back. He's like, and dude was like, man, I got to figure a way to get up out of here. I'm going crazy sitting in this hole. I'm pacing in this room all day. I'm butt naked. It's cold. It's wintertime. Like, these rednecks up in these mountains are treating me real bad. I got to get up out of here. Even if it ain't nothing before a couple weeks, I got to try to use the crazy car to get out of here. Dude did something very similar to the stitching, but very different. The guy sat in his cell, took a staple, took the string out of his t-shirt, like a white t-shirt, there's top of your shirt sewed with nylon string. He sat in the cell and sewed his mouth closed. He had been refusing to eat. He hadn't taken any trays from the guards, and brother said, in, over a week. And all they'll do is put you in, a padded room, a rubber room, and force you to eat. You got to eat or you'll die. And they don't want a lawsuit. So the dude that was going to come by that evening, I guess, and going to make him eat, while they weren't doing rounds and paying attention, which a lot of times when you're in the hole, you might not see a guard for hours. You might not see a guard but 3 times a day, and that's when they come through the count or bring trays through. This dude sat in the cell and sewed his mouth shut. I said, did he go to Marion? He said, no, I ain't go to Marion. They told him, bring your dumb ass to the door, present yourself to be cuffed, which means turn around, put your hands behind your back, we're going to cuff you. They cuffed him, led him over to medical, cut the stitches out of his mouth, put his ass in the rubber room for a week, and then sent him back to general population. You see some crazy, crazy shit in prison. That's just some of it. Then he was telling me about the stabbing. If you look, anybody up there, you check the news, there was a stabbing up there maybe 2 weeks ago, vicious. And I've told y'all before, don't fuck with them Spanish dudes. You leave them Spanish dudes alone. I don't care how many of y'all it is, when it comes to getting down, they are ready for the get down. And they're all gonna rock out. They're all gonna ride. And they're willing to take it to a place most people aren't to. and they're willing to die when they take it there. From what I've seen, they don't have any give a fucks. They're not scared of death, and they're not scared of what they're going to do to you or any other human's body. He said they get a new white dude in the pod, and as far as I know, Virginia's not segregated. He told me, no, it's not segregated up here. He said this is just what it is. He said there's a white phone, there's a black phone, there's a Spanish phone, and then the gang's got phones. That's just how it's set up. It's got to be that way to keep chaos from erupting over the phones. He said, well, this one dude comes in. Dude doesn't want to respect the phone lines. He looks around at, who uses what phones and which phone he feels he can use and just, get away with it. Be disrespectful. If he's got to fight, he can fight. And there's too many white dudes. There's too many black dudes, and there's only a handful of Spanish dudes. So he decides, I'm going to take over the Spanish people's phone. You got to remember that phone is your lifeline to the outside world. It is the only way you get things done. It is how you get money sent in. It's how you wish your mama a Merry Christmas, your kids a happy birthday. You can pick it up and call somebody that you love on those bad days to get you through. He said dude goes over there and the Spanish dude hangs up the phone and screams up to his homeboy, you need the phone next? And dude says, yeah, let the phone hang. That means instead of hanging it on there on the receiver like it's hung up, you leave it dangling. If it's dangling, do not touch it. He said, dude, the phone is hanging, and they're all sitting out there, and they're only coming out a short amount of time each day. He said he looks over, and the white dude walks over to the phone, hangs the phone up, picks the receiver up, hangs it up, punches his numbers in, and starts dialing. The Mexican dude comes out the cell, yells at him, and tells him, hey, no, that's the Spanish phone, man. You know what I mean? You don't run shit around here. You got to use the white phone. Dude, man, fuck you. I'm using the phone. I said, nah, bro, let me tell you one more time, that's the Spanish phone. You disrespecting all of us right now. That's our phone. Dude said, fuck you. And goes back to using the phone. Spanish dude comes down the staircase, walks right up on dude while dude's sitting on the phone, punches him. Boom! Fires off on him. Big white dude gets up and starts fucking the Spanish dude up. Ain't gonna happen. He said the white dude was getting the best of the Spanish guy, which was a lot smaller than him, for about a good 20, 30 seconds. He said, and then you seen all the other Spanish dudes come running. 5, 6 of them run up on dude. But they didn't run up to whoop his ass. They ran up and started stabbing him. He said dude was running around in the pod from him, screaming like a little girl, just screaming and running. He said this dude's got on shower shoes, so he's slipping in his own blood. Every time he would slip, 2, 3 would jump on him. He said, Jay, it was like watching hyenas on a little injured animal. He said they were just stabbing him, stabbing him, and stabbing him, and stabbing him. He said had dude not been so big, he'd be dead. The only thing that saved him is this big white dude, and he knew better, had been down a long time. He had a lot of thick muscle on him. The average guy, the knife would have went through and hit an organ, but because he was so big, it was just tearing muscle up. I said, man, stay safe up in there, bro, and leave them phones alone. But yeah, this has just been, Tales from the Penitentiary, man. I want to share some of these stories with y'all real quick. Entertain y'all's day, because y'all know that's what I do. I've told y'all before, don't commit crimes. Stay in this world. Penitentiaries, prisons, all these facilities, they're just crazier worlds inside of this world. I try to give y'all a glimpse into those without you ever having to really glimpse into those. But as always, y'all know what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. To all my real ones. And there are some real ones watching because y'all still watching me. Y'all know how we do. Salute.